Good evening, everyone. It is April 25th, 2023. We finally got our expansion of range that we've been looking for this week. I'd mentioned that I was looking for some sort of sell. I was doubtful would get a full-blown liquidation session ahead of those big tech earnings releases, and that is pretty much what we got. We got some nice selling, but nothing crazy. And then sellers did fumble it into the close, and we had a huge rally on the NQ, about 200 points in a matter of a few minutes. So what was important to note is that, and I'll pull this up on a screen here, is that the deltas required to move us down were extreme. So that's the NQ over there, negative 73,000, roughly about negative 80,000, actually 85,000 on the week, and you can see where that compares to just about the year. Very, very heavy. And on the ES, similar story, about negative 200,000 on the deltas, which has been very, very low relative to the past month or so. So it took quite a bit of firepower to get down there, and we didn't really manage to break any major structure. On the ES, we flushed these lows here right around 4,100, got down to about 4093-ish, 92, roughly the Q1 value area high. Found a bid and ramped right after the close. We low closed on that 4 p.m. close and ramped upon earnings releases. I believe it was Microsoft and Google. I imagine the earnings were good if we had a ramp. Not paying too much attention to that. On the NQ, similar story. Zoom out here. We were trading inside this balance, had this nice downtrend occurring, and I was saying that I want to see a break of this 970-ish number, and that should give us a flush to 777. We came pretty close. I think we sold down to about 800. Yeah, about 23 points shy, so not really as accurate as I'd like, but I'll take it given I'm new to the NQ. So we got that move down below. Now, moving forward, we need sellers to really try and be aggressive again. We need to fall below this balance. So if we just get rid of all the drawings here, we need to get sellers holding the downside roughly below something like this. This sort of level, let's call it 950-ish. We need to see them move back below there, and you can see they're trying right now, but we need to get back below 950 inside of February's range, and then we can start expanding to the downside once again. But it just took us so much ammo to get down there that I'm not sure it'll be possible. Similar on the ES, we got to get back below something like this 4102 to 4097-ish number. Until then, if we don't, this thing's going to start creeping back up. We're going to start getting back to this 4137-ish up here, or on the NQ, we'll start climbing our way back up to whatever, 13,080-ish, 13,100, something like that. So sellers will once again need to step in quite aggressively heading into tomorrow. So I'll see if we can get that going during Globex. So on the ES, how am I looking to trade this? Well, I want to look for some shorts, but only in the event that we get there below testing lower balance. So I want to be short 30, where we trapped a bunch of people, where we spent significant time in the afternoon trading, about an hour, and then I want to be short once more at 39 and once more at 56s if the NQ is below 13,082, that big level I just pointed out. To the downside, I want to be long 0.75. The point of control from today, also where we found a great bid here. I was long 0.3 and 3/4 for a while before getting kicked out at break even. That also corresponding to some 95% weekly value area low from what would that be, about 2 weeks ago. That weekly low at 98.75. So I like that we built volume here, and I'm sure that we can probably find a bid here. And I want to be long before a tag of that VWAP close at 16.25. So I'd like to see an open somewhere around here. Sellers try to get us moving downwards, take the long, and then get long into that VWAP close, if not higher. Below there, looking for a short at the previous day's close, that 4 p.m. close at 40.93.5. Below there, getting long at 88 or 82s. I've spoken about that number for a while now, for some months. This was just where we had the origin of that Friday ramp coming very strongly, that being the RTH low there at 88.5, and then the more critical level, I believe, at 82.75. Over on the NQ, similar story, being slightly more aggressive on the short side, just because this ramp was extreme. The NQ overall has sold off heavier relative to last week's range. We're still below last week's low, coming in at whatever that is, 982 quarter-ish. So we came up to it during Globex, now coming back below. If we open below there, I want to be short 967.75, roughly settlement lows as well as 95% weekly value area low there from last week. I think it'll be a key area for us to regain on the long side. If we open above, I want to be long 950, that being that February high month and that sort of higher time frame area we've been defending so well, and that you can see caught a bid during Globex and where we happen to develop the point of control. Below there, looking to get long 909.5 as well as 854.75. Below there, I think this thing starts to get messy once again, and I will not be looking to get long until about 732, that being a price gap close as well as just a nice level in general. And below there, got 596, which I doubt will be trading. So looking for sellers to try and move this thing down overnight. Otherwise, it looks like we'll be drifting our way back up to about 4140-ish, with some pit stops along the way on the ES, and about 13,080-ish on the NQ, with some pit stops on the way as well. So hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. I believe we have some more earnings tomorrow. Just pulling that up on another screen here. Wednesday pre-market, nothing too important, but after hours we do have Meta or Facebook. Thursday, nothing too big, I believe. Oh, Amazon after the close. And Friday, it looks like we're in the clear. So expecting us to get some sort of aggressive selling overnight. And during the first hour or so of the open, if that goes nowhere, we should have some significant short covering, as just like yesterday, we closed with some pretty heavy deltas. So these guys have quite a ways to cover if they do so. Anyway, hope that helps. Hope that makes sense, and trade safe.